Story time for today. So, we had an interesting one at shop. 2008 Ford Focus, well, Escape, I mean, with the 3.0 6-liter. Running rough. Okay? Hook it up, we scan it. Only code that we're getting is the P2179, which is O2 Bank 2 Sensor 1 running lean, stuck in lean. But when the car's running, you can smell sulfur dioxide fumes coming from the exhaust. That means that there's fuel dumping into the catalytic converter, causing the catalyst to burn off. Which isn't all that good. That's pretty bad, you know. But the thing is, though, is you can't always trust these scan tools. Sometimes you gotta have some good old-fashioned know-how to think outside of the box. Because we checked the fuel trims, everything's perfect. We went through all the PIDs, everything's perfect. We checked for misfire counts. No misfires, nothing. Everything on this engine says it's running fine. Except for she's blowing out bad exhaust and running like a turd. And we got one code. Well, the first thing that everyone's going to think of, oh, well, that must be that O2 sensor. We got to replace that O2 sensor. So we removed the O2 sensor and tested it. Nothing wrong with that O2 sensor. It's working perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with this car. Well, whoever worked on the car previous, because what I did is I decided to pull the spark plugs out and see what's going on. All of the spark plugs were fouled with fuel. Something's not happening here, but why are we not getting no misfire codes? This is weird. No misfire codes, no nothing. But this engine is definitely misfiring. Well, it turns out that when I was sitting there and I was looking at the wires, I noticed that they still have somewhat of a legible number on the cables. Cylinder 4, cylinder 5, and cylinder 6, someone put the wrong coil in the wrong hole. That's all that was wrong with this car. It didn't need any parts, it didn't need nothing. Just needed the two coils swapped. Bam, problem fixed, nothing. But that's the thing, is if we just relied on the scan tool and only the scan tool's information, and we used the launch and we used the snap-on to see if there was any error, like hey, this ain't right, we should be getting some really bad PID information, so let's try a different scan tool, let's try this one, let's try this one. We tried a couple and it's like, no, it's all the same. It says there's nothing wrong with this car, so it must be that O2 sensor. But no, the O2 sensor works just fine. Well, sometimes just getting in there and thinking around the box, well, it's got a misfire. Misfire must be coming from bank 2 because that's where the problem is. That's where the O2 sensor is. Let's pull those spark plugs out. And let's take a look at the coils. Let's take a look at the spark plugs. Okay, those are all working fine. We've still got a misfire, but we're not getting no misfire codes. So I got lucky and hey, look. There's somewhat of a legible number on this piece of tape marking it still. And well, yes, that's all that was wrong with the car. Needless to say, car's fixed, car's done, on the road, customers happy and smiling. But that's the thing, is sometimes you can't take that scan tool for granted and think that it's always giving you the right answer and telling you exactly what to fix and what needs to be done. Because sometimes the problem, that scan tool ain't going to tell you what it is. Anyways, there's the story for today. Hope you all have an awesome day and an awesome week. I'll catch y'all on the flip side.